r/ask Reddit. What useless skill do you absolutely dominate? When passing out papers to a group of people, I can flick the paper in a straight line up to 6 feet. It amazes kids. It's also really fun to hit them in the head with a sheet of paper. Can you make a YouTube tutorial? When I was in high school, I read some novel in which the woman admires the hero because he has a habit of throwing his keys over his shoulder and catching them behind his back. I practiced and learned to do it pretty easily, but I never had the confidence to do it casually in front of women. Or anyone really. I'm a hibachi chef, so I've mastered this skill as well. Let me tell you buddy, nobody gives a damn lol. Dislocating my joints at will. My illness may be chronic but my party tricks are iconic. Edit. Wow, thanks y'all. Wasn't expecting all this from my silly comment. To answer some common things. Yes, I have Ehlers-Danlos. Sometimes it hurts. Sometimes it doesn't. And I never know which one it will be that day until it happens. My most mobile joints are my hands and wrists, feet, knee and ribs. I can do any joint if I try. But those are the ones that go rogue and pop out on their own. I know it's damaging to keep dislocating my joints, even if I don't feel pain. Don't worry, I don't go to parties, so I hardly ever do it often. I avoid messing my body up more than it is. If you want to get diagnosed, good ducking luck. Find an EDS specialist as that's your best bet. But even then some people take decades fighting health professionals to get diagnosed. Not to discourage you, just letting you know what's ahead. Tongue twisters. Can't talk for shit normally, but I can say all the crazy shit. Same. I call people by the wrong name, say the wrong word all the time. It's enough that if anyone corrects me I just say same difference and move on. But Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers? I got that in the bag. I can make realistic fart sounds with my neck. Not sure if I dominate this skill as I never met a competitor. Edit. I'm amazed by amount of neck farters out there. It makes me feel connected. Reddit truly is a wonderful place. We duel at dawn. Recognizing the voices of actors and actresses when they are doing voiceovers. It has never been useful and never will be. I know a cop that could do this. He was away at a conference training one time and some absolute prig was monopolizing his time at the bar. Gets back to work. 3 weeks later, a detective 3 doors down the hall was playing a tape from evidence and he goes running down the hall, according to witnesses, and runs in the room and says who is that? Apparently it was someone they were looking for some sort of money crime, stealing from old ladies type stuff. They were able to send the information to the department where the conference had been and where, apparently, the guy was now living. Edit to correct typo for New Kevsler and to say thank you for letting me know. I hate when the words are wrong. And if English is not your native language, I'm sure it makes it that much more frustrating. I fixed it. And thank you to Victor142 for working as my translator in my absence. I can do impersonations very well. That's why I'm unemployed. I can name the location of every country in the world on a map. No one cares though. Sporkle cares. Untangling things. I don't know why, but I can always untangle knots and tangled up necklaces. I only met my match once with a silver necklace. Edit. Wow, so many replies. Thanks for the awards too. I guess I thought it was useless since I only really did it for jewelry I never wear anyway, but wow. Network technicians. Respect. Folding fitted sheets. It seems to amaze people. My girlfriend can do this. She takes one corner and stuffs it into her other hand and then shakes it around until I guess I black out because the next thing I know is it's folded. I'm still undefeated in the game where you have to say an animal that starts with the last letter from the animal the other player said. You keep doing that till someone gives up because he doesn't know more animals and you're not allowed to use an animal previously used. Nobody beats me at this shit. Edit. Holy shit, this blew up. Guys, I'm undefeated in my native language. Dutch. In English I'm probably not as good. I can parallel park so damn good. I remember when I took my driver's test how easy it was, and I stopped being nervous. Ever since then friends or family members I ride with, even if I'm not driving and they find a parallel parking spot no matter how snug but manageable they make me do it. I'm decent at many things, but parallel parking is a skill I have maxed out for some reason. I can parallel park an 18-wheeler in 2 years if trucking. I have never had to parallel park an 18-wheeler. Remembering absolutely useless shit. RIP useless shit. You will be remembered. Whistling to get my dog's attention. If there are other dogs within 2 blocks, I get their attention too. I can do the same thing, but with cats, and it's not to whistle but to screech. Our cats headbutt me until I stop. Enjoying hobbies that are terrible for monetizing. Guilty of this as well. I can bark, like a dog, surprisingly well. I can do different sizes and pitches too. It's fun but very annoying to do at the dog park. There's a community that would be very interested in that skill. I wiggle my ears at an Olympic level. Chicks dig it, or so I tell myself. All you need now is a pupil to train that will follow in your footsteps to conquer your Riviel's opposing ear wiggling dojo. We can make a movie and put it on Netflix. They already pre-approved the script. Remembering phone numbers. It was far more impressive before smartphones. Not so useful nowadays. In my early 20s, I had a timekeeping talent that I can't explain to this day. I could go on without a clock for as long as an hour and a half and guess how much time passed down to the second with only a 5-second error margin. Unfortunately, I stopped practicing at some point and eventually completely lost the skill. Picking things up with my toes. Edit. My first Reddit awards. Using the bottom drawer without bending over is my calling. Being confident, but only in my room alone. By the same token, witty comebacks, but only in my room alone, hours after the argument is over. Pretending that I'm working on my laptop even when I'm commenting on Reddit. The secret is to look annoyed at all times. Everyone thinks you're swamped. Plugging in the USB key at first try. I can do the same with the USB-C. Making up terrible puns on the spot. One of my co-workers can tell terrible puns on the spot, quickly as possible, like a stand-up comedian. You could say he is a grown-up. Thankfully I have a similar sense of humor to him and that's how we bonded. Programming names into bowling lane consoles. OP said useless not indispensable. Pogo stick. I used to use it as a mode of transportation when I was a kid, meaning I would hop all around my neighborhood at a whopping 0.2 miles an hour feeling like ducking beast. I won't use it as transportation but I would sprint on it. Hasn't gotten much use since I broke my arm pogo sticking on ice a long time ago. I can juggle all kinds of things, including fire and machetes. Fun fact. Juggling machetes are really expensive but real machetes can be much cheaper. Fun extra danger factor. Cracking my joints. Are you able to crack the joints inside your foot? I know the exact amount of time to microwave anything so that it is perfectly warmed up. That's useful. Winning fake argument scenarios with myself in the shower. I used to do this, then got some treatment for anxiety. You know those spatial intelligence tests that ask you to rotate an 3D object in your mind and select the correct image? I get perfect or near perfect scores on those every single time. Edit. So a couple people have linked this test in the comments as an example of what I'm talking about. I took that test in 10 minutes and scored a 9 out of 10. I screwed up on question 7. That said, I'm not sure what the average should be on a test like this. Edit 2. LOL, everyone's telling me to go into chemistry. I would rather die a fiery death than go through another college chemistry class. But thank you for the suggestion nonetheless. I am the best at not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I can make broken things work one more time when they are not needed. Edit. Thanks for the coins. Big deal. I can make things broken right before they are needed. Staying up late when it really would be advisable if I went to bed at a sensible time. I'm a pretty great Tetris player. I dominated the Tetris.com high scoreboards for a very long time. Edit. I can't believe a throwaway comment about Tetris blew up like this. I'm blown away. All of your suggestions really put a smile on my face. I'll definitely be looking into many of them. I can bite Smarties into a perfect square before eating them. The sugar US Smarties and not the chocolate Smarties. I can throw a closed fan and catch it open. Good use of my free time. I never did this trick in front of anyone. And I'm not shy. I just know it's useless. I can open a soda can really ducking loud. Username checks out. I can lick my elbow and say my alphabet backwards. Why? I have no ducking idea. I, too, know my zixes. Had helped me 0 times. Dislocating my shoulder on command. That's actually necessary to get out of a straitjacket, so I wouldn't consider it useless. You never know if you'll be committed to a psych ward someday. I am pretty good at pen spinning and it is completely useless. Bending my fingers in interesting ways. Identifying every current nation flag. I can control my laptop's scroll pad with my toes feet so I don't have to sit up to complete simple tasks. Can even highlight multiple files. Being able to burp on command. Anytime someone burps near me I'll unleash a thunderous belch to show dominance. Throw slippers off my foot and hit anyone. The crane claw games. My son's room is filled with stuffies I got from them. Every time I go to laundromat my wife mutters dear god no more. I can meow quite realistically to a point where I've had people look over to see if there was a cat nearby, but I don't think that's actually a skill. Blur the vision of my eyes at will. Spelling. I can spot a spelling error on any page anywhere in just seconds. Nobody cares because they just use spell check or they just don't give a damn anyway. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.